Hey guys, it's Grimdark Taiki, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. In the last episode, I built this coaster over here, which, it's a pretty good coaster, but I don't really want to decorate it right now, because I just don't feel like it. I don't even remember if I said I was going to do that in the last episode, but I'm sure as heck not doing it now. But yeah, I did write it in the last episode if you want to see that. Give me more views, please, thank you. But instead what I'm going to be doing today is building another roller coaster. I don't really care about improving my park, that would be smart, but I just want to build a new coaster, so I'm going to do that instead. So step one is to ruin the customer's dreams by deleting their food stalls. And then building new paths all around a huge area in which I will build a roller coaster. So let me go and find the paths tool because I completely forgot how to play this game even though I play it a lot. And then suffer while placing these paths because of lag. Okay, so I think that fixed the lag. I do have to re-delete these little booths here. And also you might have noticed that the color changed. I don't think it was purple in the last episode, but yeah, I changed it because you can do that and it's kind of cool to like have a different color UI. I mean, the blue is nice, but this is also good, so I just need to get my path now. Let's completely change what I was talking about. It's definitely not this path. Where is it? Where's the concrete? Oh, there it is. And I wanted like 8 meters, right? For like the wide path, I think. Yeah, okay, I did. Good. And so now what I want to do is make a really big, and I mean like really big, like let's just make this length 5. Okay, that's too big. Like let's make a relatively big area here that I can put a coaster in. And this should work pretty well. I do have to move this little bin over a tiny bit. But doing that shouldn't be too bad, and this should be a good amount of space for the coaster that I want to build, which is going to be not any of those blueprints, a wooden coaster, because wooden coasters are cool. So if I can get the little station thingy, please. Thank you. I have to figure out a way to build this where it like looks cool from the perspective of the front entrance, and actually I'm gonna do something with the path real quick because it's bugging me. That's slightly better. Good enough. So I want to make a wooden coaster that like looks cool in front of the park, which means I need to do something cool with the chain lift, but I don't know what. So I'm just gonna start by putting the entrance and exit on the other side and rotating it like that so I can have the chain lift kind of go around the back. Also, my voice is dying for some reason, but whatever, that doesn't matter. We've got a wooden coaster here, and actually now that I think about it, I want to completely just undo everything and move it up a little bit to make that a bit better, and then over to the side so I've actually got space for a queue. Oh no, there's multiple thefts being reported. Wow, this is so sad. It sure would suck if the park owners didn't care about the thefts at all, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be real unfortunate. Yeah, I don't care. I just want to build a chain lift. I don't want to make it that steep. This should be good. It's a pretty long pre-lift, so maybe I should just test it out just to make sure it like is actually good and isn't like completely boring. In terms of stats, it's not the best, but I think it's pretty decent for what I want it to do, is just get over to this other area and go like a bit of a pre-ride section. And of course one of my rides is immediately broken down. This is just classic Planet Coaster, just breaking all my rides to pieces as soon as I start playing. Classic. This is actually going to be a surprisingly big coaster, but you know, that's cool, I guess. Let's just level this off and then even do like a little extra thing over the top here. You might want to tweak this part of the path just a tiny bit because doing this is bugging me. And now that I look at it, this coaster is actually maybe a little bit too tall, so I'm just gonna bring it down. Just a bit, you know, this is probably good. And while I'm building this coaster, I'm gonna be definitely inspired by Gold Striker at California's Great America, because that is the wooden coaster that I have ridden by far the most. But it's not going to be like a direct copy or anything either, but you might notice some similarities because that's my main experience with wooden coasters. And the reason that I made this path before actually designing the coaster is because recently I've been trying to build coasters to fit in small spaces, and it's kind of fun. Although this isn't really fitting in the small space very well. I suppose I should maybe test the forces to see if I can get this smaller. And yeah, I completely forgot what I was just saying, so let's just test it. Oh yeah, that's really not bad at all. I guess the bad part is that I just flung some coaster cars at a mechanic, but we don't worry about that. We're just gonna pause the game. You see, look, the mechanic's fine. He's just chilling. He looks really sad. Maybe I should pay him more. Nah. But from this, I do think I can get away with making it a little bit tighter, so I'm just gonna back it up to here. Actually, I'm gonna back it up a tiny bit farther. And then just bring this up a couple more degrees. And then just do that for both of these things. And then bring this in a little more. Okay, there we go. Now it doesn't go over the path, which is probably better for what I'm trying to do. Let's just put a smaller hill here before I do a big hill. Because I do have a rough idea of this. What this coaster is going to be in my head already. I tried to make this part more interesting. I don't know if you can see it there. Maybe over here is a better example by like making it kind of do a double down kind of thing here. But since it's like banked, that seems kind of awkward. So I might redo this part. But for now, I'm just going to keep it like this because this doesn't look too bad from the front because you can see the coaster here. So I'm just going to give it a little hill here to kind of show off on, I guess. And you know what, even at this point I kind of want to just add the very like final like brake run to this coaster because I have an idea for it because I built this really low, so I want to see if my idea here is gonna work. I kind of doubt it, but I also do want to try seeing if I can calculate this perfectly. So I'll show what I'm doing once I've finished it. So if I just auto-complete this and then add trim brakes to keep the speed down a little bit so it can slow it down properly, I do want to test to see what happens here with this end thing. So if I just go completely restart a test, I can see that once it slows me down here, you kind of roll down into a little turn, and then you pop up into the station, which is kind of a cool little thing at the end of the ride. I think it's good enough as it is, aside from a bit of smoothing. So I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to also delete this for now so I can continue building the coaster. And yeah, now I need to figure out what part of the coaster I'm going to do next. I say as I immediately go to smooth this out. Well, it looks like I didn't quite get enough money, but that's fine. I'll just wait a little bit longer and check my notifications. It's telling me I lost money, but I think that was because I was building. But I also don't think that's what profit does. Actually, let me see. Are my finances still utter garbage? Well, I spent... Oh, no, they went down because apparently... Oh, I just profited less, probably because the ride breakdowns That would make sense. Wait, are you kidding me? There's still... this coaster still hasn't been fixed? Maybe... okay, so that's why I'm losing all this money, is because this coaster is still broken. What the heck? I have one mechanic that hates his life. He's just really tired. Okay, I guess I'll get another mechanic then. Because I definitely need one to fix that. I definitely need the coaster to be fixed, because if I have a broken coaster, I make, like, no money. In fact, I might even start a marketing campaign, just like one of these, like, low-impact ones. I would if I had money, just to get a few more guests. And of course, they all want more rides, even though I can't, even though I'm trying to build them a new wooden coaster, like, come on. And now I'm starting to make a lot more money with people actually buying tickets to this ride. So I'm going to keep it on 3 times speed while I build this, so we're going to be seeing a lot of coaster cars flying off the track. But at least I'll be gaining money faster. So now I can actually angle this at a proper angle for what I want it to do. So I went and basically finished the coaster. I just need to redo the entire end bit because it doesn't connect up to this very well. So, you know, there's that. That should be pretty quick though, just gotta make this get brought up a little bit. And then connect up to here, like so. That should hopefully do it. So now I just need to do a full test, maybe smoothen out a couple parts, and then I'll show off the finished coaster. Okay, so the coaster isn't perfectly smooth or anything. I did change the pre-lift bit a little bit, because I didn't fully smooth it all the way because I just didn't really want to bother doing that. So I'm gonna go to the front bumper view and start a test so we can watch the coaster. Then I'll just add the entrance and exit, and then maybe throw a couple trees around to make it look a little bit nicer, and that'll probably be it. But yeah, here is the coaster. And if you have any name suggestions, make sure you put those in the comments. Or if you have any name suggestions for the other coaster, you can put those in the comments too. Yeah, the very end especially could probably do with a little bit more smoothing, but whatever, I just don't really want to bother. And yeah, the test rating, the excitement ratings, they aren't too high, but I don't really care. That's mostly because of this very beginning spot, and it did get a little slow toward the end, but overall, I like it, and that's what I care about. So I'm saying it's a good coaster, even if Planet Coaster doesn't think so, but then again, Planet Coaster's test ratings don't always go with what you want. Like, realism doesn't equal good stats necessarily. But anyway, I now need to give this ride an entrance and an exit and connect it up to the path. So I'm just going to do that. There we go, there's the exit stairwell, good enough for me. And then I just need a queue path, which I'm going to use a concrete one. And then try to make an actual decently lengthed, or an actual decent length queue. And there we go. Now I just need to go and put this onto a 2-car block sectioned. If it lets me, there we go, 2 train block sectioned, and then test that real quick and then open it. And while I wait for it to do that, I am just gonna copy around a few trees. These might be a little too big for putting inside the coaster area, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this one to fit, but maybe I could put it over here. And then if I get the smaller ones, that should work better. Yes, the perfect theming. A wooden coaster themed to having a bunch of trees around it. Perfect. There's no better theming in the entire world than this. And this is good enough for me right now, because I don't really want to bother decorating. So, yeah, that's the coaster. I think it does look a bit better with the trees sprinkled around, so at least that did improve it a little bit. But yeah, let's just make sure I open it up so I can actually start gaining money from it. I'm just trying to get this off my screen. There we go. And open. And that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, check out my other videos, because you might like those too. You could join my Discord server. The link to that's in the description if you want to talk to people, including me, because I have nothing better to do and I talk there. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.